All railroad spikes are property of the railroad, and therefore, if you possess a railroad spike, you have stolen property, you stole it from the railroad, you're going to get arrested because you've got a railroad spike. Well, that's total baloney. Railroad spikes are not made by the railroad, they're made by other companies and sold to the railroad. And you can buy brand new railroad spikes from a lot of different places. I have frequently bought them from McMaster Car, an industrial supplier. They sell you railroad spikes. A lot of blacksmithing suppliers these days will sell you railroad spikes. They're available on eBay, on Etsy, other online sources. And if you can find a maintenance crew working on the track, or go to the rail yard where the crew stages their equipment and talk to them when they're not actively working on the track, and explain to them you're a blacksmith, you'd like some railroad spikes for projects, maybe show them an example of something you've done, they're probably going to give you some spikes for free. When they take spikes out of the track, they don't want them anymore. They're just going to end up going for scrap, and they are probably happy to give them to you or maybe trade you for a six-pack of beer or something. So railroad spikes are available. They really aren't hard to come by. If you want the nicest, cleanest, best-looking spikes, just buy new spikes. They aren't horribly expensive. Now, having said that, if you are walking along the railroad track finding spikes, there's two problems with that. One, you're trespassing on railroad property and they take a very dim view of trespassing. But if you are picking spikes up in that situation, technically you are stealing them. So that's where that myth comes from, is if you're taking spikes off railroad property, then you're stealing it. But there's nothing wrong with owning a railroad spike that was bought from another supplier, was given to you by the railroad crew, bought online, or bought from a scrapyard.